I invite you to stop whatever you're doing for a moment. Look at your hands very carefully, as if you were analyzing a piece of alien technology. Now feel the strong pulse beating in your neck. It's a rhythmic cadence, a biological machine of incredible sophistication that operates in complete silence with the sole purpose of keeping you anchored to this plane of physical existence. You probably operate under the assumption that this biology belongs exclusively to you, that you are the absolute ruler of this vehicle made of flesh, bone, and electricity, right? I'm sorry, but that's your first and biggest mistake. There is a deeply uncomfortable reality that has been systematically erased from historical records and whose harshness has been softened in the sermons of modern institutions. It's a truth that explains why. Despite your fervent prayers, despite having unwavering faith in the best intentions, you still experience that painful sense of disconnection. Jesus spoke some key words. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give it to you as the world gives. However, if we practice radical honesty with ourselves, we will realize that this peace seems like an unattainable horizon for the vast majority of human beings. Why does this happen? Could the divine promise have been a fraud? Not at all. The promise remains intact. The real conflict lies in the fact that there is a specific circuit within your own anatomical architecture, an ancient wiring system that has been stealthily hijacked. Before unraveling how this hijacking affects your daily life, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel right now. This content is designed for those who are not satisfied with superficial answers and seek to regain sovereignty over their own being. Click the button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of these revelations that the system prefers to keep in the shadows. This is where the figure of Dr. Jacobo Greenberg becomes vitally important. This Mexican scientist mysteriously disappeared at the peak of his research. He proposed that our brain does not generate consciousness by itself, but rather interacts with an informational field of infinite possibilities, which he called Sintergy. Greenberg maintained that human beings are processors of this information network, and that by developing our transferred potential, we are capable of perceiving much subtler realities. However, Greenberg also understood that we are limited by our own biological processing. If our biological antenna, our nervous system, is saturated with noise, static, and frequencies of fear, we are unable to tune in to the coherence of the quantum field. We are literally trapped in a low-resolution frequency, preventing us from seeing the unity of reality as Greenberg describes it. What you experience as anxiety is, in Greenberg's terms, a distortion in the tuning between your brain and the lattice of space-time. What contemporary medicine categorizes under superficial terms like chronic anxiety, stress syndromes, or panic disorders is seen by the initiates who walked alongside the great master as something much more gloomy and tangled. It's not simply a neurotransmitter imbalance that happens at random, as if evolution had made a miscalculation in your brain. We're talking about a line of transmission that has been intentionally left open. Think about those early mornings when you wake up startled with your heart pounding in your chest for no logical reason, or that exhaustion you feel deep in your bones that not even the best rest can relieve. That heaviness that stays with you even after you've slept a full 8 hours, as if you had been working hard on some invisible plane while your eyes were closed. There is a technical reason for this that you won't find in pharmacy brochures. According to traditional medicine, you are not sick. What's happening is that you are being harvested. Your nervous system, originally conceived to be the sanctuary of the Holy Spirit and a pure receiver of the divine frequency, it has been transmuted into an antenna emitting signals of torment and dread. This biological hijacking allows your vital energy to be drained by forces that operate just outside the spectrum of visible light. However, the design of this seemingly perfect prison has a fundamental crack that they have tried to cover up for millennia. And that is precisely the reason why you are listening to these words at this very moment. There is no coincidence in this encounter. The very mechanism that the dark structures use to drain your vitality is, ironically, the most lethal biological weapon capable of starving them energetically if you learn to reverse its polarity. You possess an organically based technology within you, a physical component that acts as a bridge between your brain and your spiritual essence. Jesus instructed his closest followers in the mastery of this tool, not as a literary or poetic figure, but as a technical instruction of absolute precision to close the doors of the mind. For centuries, we were indoctrinated to seek divinity only in the external heavens, in stone temples, while we allowed our inner temple to be plundered by parasitic influences. Today, we are going to reveal the opposite manual, an operative taken from you so you can reclaim what is rightfully yours. To move forward in this process of liberation, we must turn our gaze away from the abstract and start paying attention to what you feel in your gut. There is a very specific feeling that all of us have experienced at some critical moment. The one that comes before fatal mistakes or imminent dangers. It's not an intellectual reasoning or a rational deduction that you can explain with words in a debate, but something much more, something more primitive, direct, and visceral. It's that sudden pressure in the pit of your stomach when you meet someone whose smile seems perfect and whose words are kind, but who triggers an inexplicable inner aversion deep in you, a warning signal that runs down your spine. It's that chest tightness, that sudden chill right before entering a place where your intuition tells you that you shouldn't be, even though everything looks perfectly fine. Throughout our existence, the social machinery, the educational model, and a modern culture obsessed with the most outdated materialism have systematically programmed us to ignore this radar. They've repeated to us over and over again that we're too sensitive, that we suffer from unnecessary paranoia, or that we should trust exclusively in cold intellectual reason, dismissing gut feelings as mere irrelevant background noise or superstitions from a bygone era. We've gotten used to living confined in the attic of our mind, completely disconnected from the rest of our physical body, mistakenly believing that the intellectual brain is the only captain capable of steering this ship through the waters of life. However, there is a profound truth that emerges when you stop sabotaging your own direct experience. That physical sensation is not a system failure, nor is it that generalized anxiety without cause that doctors try to silence with medication. It is, in fact, the most sophisticated and elevated function of your biological technology, trying to protect you from the invisible. Your body has an advanced radar system designed over millennia by the Creator, not only to detect physical predators hidden in the undergrowth, but also to perceive vibrational threats and energetic entities that your 5 basic senses are not equipped to pick up. The Apostle Paul was blunt and specific. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age. What was omitted in traditional education is the technical way in which these powers operate in the material realm through your nervous system. The fundamental problem we face today is not that we are weak or that we are mentally broken due to a factory defect. The problem is that this early warning system has been hacked and we live under constant interference that distorts reality. The reason why so many of us feel a perpetual background anxiety, a sense of being constantly stalked without ever seeing the attacker, is because our radar is picking up something that is absolutely, but the signal is being interfered with before your conscious mind can interpret it correctly. It's like trying to listen to a beautiful melody through a radio that only emits static. The music is there, but the noise hides it. This is where we must speak with complete clarity and without fear about the nature of the adversary. The oldest traditions of humanity, including the Gnostic texts and the Apocrypha, which were excluded from the official canon, so that we wouldn't awaken. They describe the existence of entities that lack the ability to generate their own light or high-frequency vital energy. That creative, expansive, and divine spark that human beings possess for being direct children of the Most High is something that these hierarchies do not have. Therefore, they depend entirely on an external energy source to sustain their existence in the dense planes. And here is the key: we are that source. These entities require a very specific type of emotional energy, a vibrational nourishment that in modern esoteric circles is called lush. It is the dense, heavy, and low vibration emotional energy that humans produce when they are trapped in states of fear, anguish, anger, hatred, or deep despair. The perverse genius of this control system lies in its absolute operational efficiency. These powers of the air don't need to possess your mind or dictate your every thought if they successfully interfere with the signal of your biology. They have transformed our modern world into an immense stress farm. It's not a mere coincidence that we live in a society meticulously designed to keep our nervous system in a state of chronic red alert. The 24-hour news cycle that bombards us with images of death and disaster. The constant economic pressure that makes us feel like we never have enough. The incessant noise of the cities that fragments our attention, and the environmental toxicity in our food and water. Everything contributes to creating a background noise that your body interprets as a constant signal of danger. Your biological radar, which should only activate once in a while in the face of real danger to save your life, now goes off with every notification on your phone and with every tense interaction on social media. This sensory overload is deliberate. It keeps the nervous system in a state of chronic inflammation, physically preventing your body from returning to a state of rest and repair where true connection with the spirit resides. If you've ever felt that there's a complete disconnect between what the world tells you is safe and what your gut screams is dangerous, you're not losing your mind. Your body is registering a reality that your conditioned mind has been trained to filter out. I want to take a brief pause to tell you something important. On this path toward reclaiming our sovereignty, knowledge is our first line of defense. But I know that sometimes, in the midst of daily hustle and the fatigue that this system imposes on us, reading a dense book seems like an impossible task. That's why I want to suggest a tool that has been fundamental in my own process: Audible. Thanks to our collaboration, you can access a 30-day free trial and download the audiobook of your choice. Imagine being able to nourish your nervous system with deep truths while you walk, cook, or simply rest with your eyes closed. It's a natural way to use technology to reprogram your mind and strengthen your spirit without adding more stress to your schedule. Click on the link you'll find in the description and start building your own library of wisdom today at no cost. Your mind deserves a break from the static of the world. To regain control, we must stop seeing the human body as a simple carbon machine and start seeing it as the piece of advanced biological technology that God designed to make His dwelling here on Earth. At the center of this sacred technology lies a critical component that conventional science has underestimated, treating it almost like a spare part. It is technically known as the vagus nerve. Its name comes from Latin and means the wandering nerve. A very accurate description for the longest and most complex neural structure in your entire autonomic nervous system. But don't be fooled by the coldness of the clinical term. This nerve isn't merely a transmission cable. It's an information superhighway that connects the base of your brain directly to almost all the vital organs in your body. It originates in the brainstem, the oldest and wisest part of your brain. From there, it goes down through the neck, passing by the throat and vocal cords, and literally wraps around the heart and lungs. And it continues its way down to innervate the entire digestive system, reaching deep into your gut. For decades, secular medicine taught us that its only function was to regulate mechanical processes like heart rate. While this is true, it's the least relevant part for our spiritual survival. The crucial revelation comes from understanding the direction in which information travels. Modern neuroscience has confirmed that approximately 80% of the fibers in the vagus nerve are afferent. In simple terms, this means that the vast majority of information travels from the body to the brain and not the other way around. This statistic destroys the materialist model that casts the intellectual brain as the supreme dictator. What this means in your daily life is that your brain is, to a large extent, a translator of information that your body has already processed. Your heart and your gut perceive the environment and detect the presence of danger or safety in a fraction of a second, sending that intelligence report to the brain through the vagus nerve. Only after receiving this biological signal does the brain construct a narrative or an emotion to explain what the body already knows. Therefore, the vagus nerve should be understood as our main biological antenna. It is the physical silver cord, the bridge between what we perceive in the spirit and what we feel in the flesh. If we look at anatomical diagrams of the vagus nerve with its winding branches coiling around the heart, it's impossible not to notice the similarity with the sacred symbolism of ancient traditions that spoke of channels of divine energy. The vagus nerve regulates three main states of our being. The first is social connection and safety, where we feel calm, creative, and at peace. This is the state of the kingdom where energy flows freely and our vibration is high. The second is fight or flight, designed for emergencies. And the third is freeze or collapse, which happens when the system shuts down due to excessive terror or trauma. For the entities that feed on us, the fight and freeze states are the preferred harvesting modes. Their strategic goal is to keep your vagus nerve perpetually oscillating between frantic anxiety and deep depression, while doing everything possible to keep you from accessing the state of divine calm. It's as if they have an invisible finger on the scale of your nervous system, always tipping it toward fear so that you keep radiating the frequency they need. When your nervous system is trapped in chronic anxiety, you are constantly emitting the frequency of fear, providing an uninterrupted flow of nourishment. They've made you believe that these chemical reactions are your personality, that you say, "I am an anxious person," when in reality it's an external interference that your system is picking up and amplifying. But Jesus knew this architecture better than anyone. He knew that to access the Father, the temple had to be clean of merchants. Those merchants are not people. They are the stress hormones and fear signals that saturate your blood and cloud your spiritual vision. I want you to take a conscious pause right now. If at any point in your life you felt that unexplainable heaviness or that anxiety that seems to come from outside, I want to invite you to write in the comments the phrase, "I choose to wake up." By doing so, you're not just participating in the channel, you're performing a psycho-magical act of affirmation. You are declaring to yourself and to the universe that you have identified the interference and that you no longer allow it to be part of your identity. I congratulate you for making it this far, because most people click off videos like this when the truth starts to make their parasites uncomfortable. Your presence here is proof of your strength. The secret teachings of the Master were not abstract dogmas. They were protocols to hack this biological system and return control to the sovereign spirit. There are three master keys that force your vagus nerve to leave defense mode and enter divine mode. 1. The mystery of the pneuma breath. Most of us breathe shallowly, filling only the chest in short bursts. This is the breathing of prey that is fleeing. The secret that the Archons hide is that breathing is the remote control of your nervous system. Inhalation accelerates the engine. Exhalation slows it down. The counterattack consists of manipulating the airflow. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds and exhale gently through your mouth for 8 seconds. By making the exhalation twice as long, you are mechanically forcing your heart to calm down. It is physiologically impossible to maintain a panic attack if you keep this rhythm for 2 minutes. It's a lock that fear cannot break. 2. The resonance of the verb, your voice is a tool of sonic defense. The vagus nerve passes directly through the vocal cords. When you are under attack, the enemy tries to close your throat to silence your frequency. To break this, inhale and make a deep, sustained sound like a deep hum, allowing the vibration to resonate in your chest and skull. This humming massages the fibers of the vagus nerve and tells your ancient brain, "We are safe. I am in control." It's a total reset through the physics of sound. 3. The water reset, thermal shock. For moments of total darkness or dissociation, when you can't even focus on breathing, there is the physical panic button. The vagus nerve has ultra-sensitive endings in the face and the nape of the neck. Splashing yourself forcefully with ice-cold water or submerging your face in ice water activates the diving reflex. The body stops all unnecessary activity and redirects energy to the heart and brain, abruptly cutting off any obsessive thought loops. It's a biological exorcism that brings you back to the present in a violent yet healing way. When you master these protocols, something extraordinary happens. You enter a state of energetic invisibility. These entities work like sharks that detect the frequency of fear in the astral waters. When you're in panic, you're bright and visible to them. But when you use your vagus nerve to anchor yourself in calm, you literally disappear from their radar. Your frequency becomes incompatible with theirs. They can't feed on someone who possesses their own peace. This is true spiritual sovereignty. It's not about shouting at the darkness, but about being so consistent that the darkness can't find any cracks to enter through. You are the guardian of your temple, and now you have the keys to close the door. This knowledge is just the first layer of your armor. To understand how the environment around you is designed to manipulate these very frequencies without you realizing it, you have to watch this next video. In it, we will go deeper into how to shield your home and your mind from external interference. Don't stop halfway. Click now and continue your process of liberation. See you next time.